Aloha and welcome to LocoMocoSec. Give a round of applause for yourselves for tuning in today. Whether you're at home, in the car, or your apocalyptic doomsday shed, we are thankful to have you with us and want everyone to get excited for today. Give a round of applause for all the wonderful speakers you're going to hear from. And lastly, give a round of applause to me as your host for this conference over the next 2 days. It's me. Right? I'm still figuring out some technical difficulties here, but we're gonna work through that. My name is Stephen Asifo, one of the organizers for LocoMocoSec, and I'm excited to be with you all today. Now, I know you're asking yourself, why did I turn my mother's garden into a shirt? But if you look closely, I'm giving off aloha vibes, like island vibes right now. Like you can't see it, but I also have a bucket of sand on the floor, so I can just put my toes in it. You know, I'm taking my island vibes very seriously. You know, someone asked, like, why would I risk my security deposit on sand? Because it's LocoMocoSec, right? You know, once a year, we all get to come together for this awesome event. And for the past 3 years, LocoMocoSec in Hawaii. However, due to the circumstances and safety reasons, that is not possible. Those of you that have attended LocoMocoSec in the past, welcome back. You can attest to how great of an experience our in-person offering is. For those who are attending LocoMocoSec for the first time, you missed out. I don't know what to tell you. Like we had 2 years of like back-to-back greatest hits, like just one and then one, right? Just kidding. We are honored to have you. And if you go to Amazon now, you can have a bucket of sand ordered to your door by day 2 of the conference. That's Prime members only tomorrow. Like I can't speak if you don't got it, but you know, you can join us on this ride. But in all seriousness, why Hawaii? Why LocoMocoSec? Why have any of this? Well, let me give you a little background on our mission-led conference. LocoMocoSec's mission is to create a platform where builders and defenders can share a cultivated interest in making impactful changes for the state of product security. This mission was developed by our exceptional founders who are still engaging with us, Jim Manico, Jeremiah Grossman, Neil Matadal, and Ron Paris. Without their commitment and vision, none of this would be possible. So thank you to these 4 individuals. They all happen to be Hawaii residents and have contributed a wealth of time and knowledge to the InfoSec community, specifically application security. Like many of you, our founders attended hundreds of conferences and meetups and ultimately observed 2 gaps in the community. 1, talks lacked the tangible connection to what security practitioners were doing at their jobs. These conferences would have a strong focus on offensive security topics, like how to exploit the latest cross-site scripting flaw while only using your middle toe. Right? Pretty difficult, but how do we take that back to our teams? Put defense first. 2, application security was not the central topic at these conferences. There may have been featured talks on AppSec, but it was saturated among other topics. AppSec was always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Until now. Application security is proudly married to LocoMocoSec. We took her last name. How's that for progressive? The talks you will hear today are meant for defenders, the dedicated practitioners working at organizations across the world protecting the data and lives of consumers. Our purpose is having each of you walk away with practical learnings and a sense of community. We take community very seriously at LocoMocoSec. We focus on creating an environment that is fun, inclusive, and tailored for our participants. Our participants are not made up of only industry professionals, but also members of the Hawaiian local government, university students, and individuals with a passion for defending tomorrow's problems. When we think about community, we also think about the future individuals we want to continue to welcome, not only in our LocoMocoSec community, but to the community of information security. We as organizers understand that InfoSec is challenged by misogyny and a representation from women, Blacks, Browns, LGBTQ+, and those with disabilities. The Justice League wouldn't be the Justice League if it was just a bunch of people like Batman. Think about it, right? Like they would never leave Gotham, and not to think all the Jokers they would have to fight. Like that's why they need the Martian, the Green Martian dude, and Wonder Woman to say, look, we got to worry about space, right? And that's how we think about our community, and our commitment to fostering diversity stems from our love for DC comic books, but more importantly, to assist the future leaders and great ideas that are only possible when multiple experiences are considered. LocoMocoSec is all about you can sit with us, which is easy for us to do because our conference is only 1 track. Lots of flavor, though. And this commitment is possible thanks to our partners. I can't stress that enough. I would like to spend some time saying a special thank you to Project Alloy, a nonprofit focused on creating a more inclusive technical community. For the past 2 years, LocoMocoSec has partnered with Project Alloy to give grants to 30 plus individuals from underrepresented backgrounds in information security, which covers airfare, conference fees, and training expenses. I personally could not be more proud of the actions we are taking to make InfoSec a better community for everyone around us. When speaking to partners that made this possible, I also want to thank our sponsors for being extremely supportive during this time. When our plans started to change in response to the events across the world, our sponsors remained with us. So I want to take some time to thank our silver sponsors, Google, Risk-Based Security, HackerOne, and the good people at Segment. I'd like to thank our gold sponsors. This is where the sundae gets the cherry on top, Leviathan Security and Secure Code Warrior. Fun fact, we're actually running a tournament throughout this conference that I will be sharing more details on in a few. Last, but certainly not least, a special thank you to our platinum sponsors. This is where the sundae gets a cherry on top, and then another sundae just because they're awesome, right? So thank you, Contrast and Microsoft. I think I speak on behalf of the entire LocoMocoSec team, but both of these companies could not have been more impactful this year for us being able to hold this conference. We worked with Microsoft last year and had a great experience, so I'm excited to see them here again. And not only are all these sponsors, a great help to running LocoMocoSec and what you see today, but a portion of sponsorship dollars goes to supporting our diversity and inclusion grantee program. So thank you all dearly. You guys are helping make a difference here. So if you ask me, LocoMocoSec couldn't be more timely. Application security is extremely important right now. No matter how you feel about the government races taking place, application security plays a significant role in securing our democracy and election. From how we get our information to the actual process of voting. It was not easy to make the adjustments to hold LocoMocoSec virtually and free, but knowing that this content is critical to the success of our defenders being able to bring an extra edge to their works makes everything worth it. So now that we've kind of thanked everybody and gave everyone a little bit of background on LocoMocoSec, we are a few minutes away from starting day one of LocoMocoSec. And with that being said, I'm going to cover some logistics. One, have fun. If you're enjoying the conference, tweet at us, send pigeons our way, and reach out to the speakers using hashtag LocoMocoSec or at LocoMocoSec on Twitter. You should especially tweet if you ended up ordering that bucket of sand. We should have a community. If your toes are in the sand, my toes are in the sand. Let's be toe friends. All talks will be recorded via Slides Live, who we're working with today, and published online at a later date. More details to come on that. Questions for our speakers will be facilitated via Slido. So you should see the Slido link as part of this Slides Live. I will then be asking speaker questions live at the end of each talk. For the full schedule, please go to LocoMocoSec.com so you know when all the scheduled breaks are and you can tune in accordingly. And then now let's get into the Secure Code Warrior item that I touched on a little bit earlier. For those adventurous souls that are taking part in LocoMoco's Secure Coding Tournament with Secure Code Warrior, that will be starting now and will go until 2:20 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. The winner of the tournament will be announced during the break right before the last two speakers. For more details on participating, be sure to check your emails. There's a lot more information there. Now, I think that is all the housekeeping, besides the extra sand that I got on my floor. But we're in a good place. So if you're ready for LocoMocoSec, make some noise. Like, I can't hear you. No, but I really can't hear you. I just realized that the way that my headphones set up. So I need people to tweet, share your favorite moments, reach out to us, and we're going to have a lot of fun today. And my name is Asifo, and I'm happy to be here with you guys throughout this conference.